Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the Midlands to London on Transport Fever 2. In today's episode we're going to be building a line down towards, well, from the West Coast main line down towards Shepherd's Bush so we can get one of the southern services operating eventually. We should be able to get that up and running in this episode as far north as Watford Junction anyway, because I was just doing a little bit more research for the build and I didn't realise that southern operated as far north as Milton Keynes, so I have done a little bit of work off camera to rebuild this junction. I think it's probably the 5th or 6th rebuild this junction's had now. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I think given the space constraints and the scale, I think it's not too bad. Obviously we've got these units at the minute standing in for our overground services, so these are the DC services from Watford Junction, Watford High Street, where's this one? Harrow and Willesden. No, Harrow and Wealdstone, I think I'm going to go for, down to London Euston. But I noticed there's also another line which comes off and goes to kind of West London, Shepherd's Bush area. So I've had to do a lot of work and I've made this junction actually a bit more realistic because this kind of S configuration here came in to the up down fast lines on the West Coast main line, which they don't do. You almost have like 4 tracks and no, 8 tracks at one point with the DC lines here with the Bakerloo kind of junction which comes in. So it's not super accurate, but it's a little bit more accurate and it's, you know, gives you a bit of a flavour. I've also started putting some bridges in, so this is for the Chiltern main line into Marylebone and this bridge here as well. So this basically, just so I know where all the bridges and things are for in the future for when we build that line, just makes things a little bit easier for the build going forward. A couple of things, I've had to rebuild this bridge a few times and I'm still not 100% happy with it because for some reason it's doing this like segments, and I've tried to use various bridge configurations for this and it just doesn't seem to want to work. It doesn't. I know these bridges are supposed to be straight, these girder bridges, so I'm guessing that's why it's not working so well. So I need to find something that I can replace that with eventually, but I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. So that's all looking a little bit more accurate and that's all fine. So I'm guessing the southern services, as they use this line here, will be on the up down slow up towards Milton Keynes and then turn back there, and obviously Watford Junction as well. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of work off camera just to make this work, but what we need to do now is build another 2 bridges. So we've got a line here which I'm not sure what it'll be used for, but I'm going to put it in anyway just so it's represented. Now where is my drawing? So it is, where is it? you obviously can't see my drawing, but I just find it so much easier doing it this way than going back and forth over the 2 screens. Although I've got my second screen finally working now. This is going to be quite challenging, so I need a bridge now. I didn't want to have to rebuild this junction, but I think I'm going to have to anyway, so let's move these out of the way. I'm just going to refer back to the actual map on Open Rail Map actually. No, we don't need to rebuild this actually, it's fine. I think I can just about get away with where it is. So I think 1, 2, 3 and a bit, put that in there, and then can I just get a bridge over here? Collision, yeah, that's to be expected. Now let's try and use this girder bridge, I think, and then want to have this down just so is it clearing, and does that look like it's miles up in the air? Yes it does. Right, so what we'll do, we'll put that in, put in a piece of track, get rid of the bridge, and then do it again just so it's not so high up in the air. And now we're not, just want it just so it's just above the catenary. We don't want it glitching in to the catenary, but other than that, yep, that'll do. So we've got 1 bridge in there. Good. Is it? No, it's not. Let's try that again. So it needs to be, it wants to be a little bit curvy so it looks accurate. And actually what I want to do first is not that. Right, so this is going to be my first kind of planning for HS2. I know we're a long way away from building HS2, but I do need to get in. Blimey heck, that is going to make things interesting. So we've got Paddington here, so Paddington's going to come, the tracks coming out of Paddington are going to come up along here and they're going to come alongside, and then we're going to go into, we'll have 4 tracks for now. I might just delete this later on. Let's have it. It might have to be a little bit further away. maybe pointing a little bit like that, just so we've got a run in. I know it's not super accurate. Yeah, it's just trying to orientate these stations so they look a little bit realistic, but at the same time kind of getting everything to work. So Marylebone might have to be kind of almost parallel to Euston, and then we'll have Paddington on a tiny little bit of an angle down here, I think. And then we've got 2 tracks, well, 2 tracks? No, a set of tracks, 4 tracks that'll run from Paddington there, and obviously we've got Crossrail as well, but that's going to make things really difficult. There's no other way around it, right? So let's just go 2 tracks for now, 320 meters long, because obviously, oh no, having said that, no. Good. Right, so we can make it a little bit shorter, because these 4 platforms here will be for the Great Western services and for Crossrail. I think there's 4 platforms and might be 6, so we can chuck that about there. Actually, no, I'm not worrying about nothing really, actually, so get rid of that. So we're going to have 2 tracks coming across the top here, which are going to merge in, well, they're going to split off, so one track's going to go this way, or one pair of tracks is going to go this way, another into this section here. Now, I don't know if this track that I'm actually building will ever be used, but I'm going to build it anyway because it exists, and without it, kind of other bits don't really make sense. So we're going to build it basically, and we're going to use the girder bridge. Would have been nice for this to have been on a curve. Let's build that, and then we'll do what we did before. So build the bridge at the correct height, demolish it. It's a good thing we're no money, isn't it? No cost on this. Well, no, it's not no cost, but we're on sandbox mode, so we don't have to worry about money. And then chuck that in, and then just tab it down until it's pretty low, something like that. Good. And then this can go off somewhere and do something. I don't know what it's going to do or what it's going to be used for. And then we want another bridge. I would like it to be the same height as that. Can I do it by ice? So is that about the same height? I think it is. No, it's not pointing in the right direction though. So we come down to about there, and then we point it in the sort of direction we need, and then we'll have another bridge like so. Girder bridge again, like that. Good. And then we'll just join those in together. Obviously the gap between these 2 bridges is a little bit exaggerated, and that curve is probably a little bit too excessive. Let's try that again. So something like that, like that maybe. And then this one probably could have done with these being a little bit closer actually. So let's have a piece of track to about there, and then try and line that up like that. Maybe a little bit closer. No, don't snap. No, like that. And then across. Girder bridge. Is it the same? Oh god, it's miles up compared to the other one now. Right, I'll have to rebuild this one now because that one looks silly. Right, chuck that across. Look at the height. Is it the same sort of height? I think it is. Good. No, grey girder bridge. Something like that. And no, it's pointing in the wrong direction. Flipping heck. Okie dokie, let's try this again one more time. Right, I've done that. So who would have thought building a simple bridge would be so complicated? Right, so now this comes off here. We want to go downhill. Downhill? Do we? Maybe. And then something like that. And then let's see if it'll let us get away with this. Because we need like a flat crossing junction almost. Again, I'm not sure what it's going to be used for, if it's ever going to be used, but it exists, so I'm going to try and build it. And that looks fine. And then this comes down, something like that. I think I just want to... Which does this go over? I think, yeah, it goes over the Great Western Main Line, doesn't it? So I'm going to put it in for now, something like that, and then put the junction in. Can I just put a junction in there? I can. Where's the snap? Like that. So yeah, that's that sorted. And then we want to think about the building for HS2. So yeah, as I was saying, so the Great Western Main Line Crossrail platforms are going to be on the surface, somewhere like there. And the HS2 platforms are actually going to be underneath an underground station with, I think, either 4 or 6 platforms. Again, I will double check, but yeah, that means we don't have to have the full 320 meter long tracks on the surface, which makes things a heck of a lot easier. And is that deep enough? We will soon find out. So yeah, I am trying to make allowances for HS2, or just kind of plan for it. The Crossrail area is pretty, it was just depots, wasn't it, prior to the construction of HS2, so it's not like we're doing anything. So it's not like we're building HS2 already, we're just kind of getting the measurements right first time. So I will put in, no, I don't think I'm going to use that actually, it looks a little bit rubbish. We want some... Actually, no, because this bridge will have already existed before HS2 anyway, so it's not going to be a modern structure, is it? It's going to be an existing structure, so we'll go again with the girder bridge, I think, because this would have already been built. And then we've got this track here. I don't know what it does or where it goes, but yeah, this, again, I think it might be an overground service, possibly. But now you get the sort of idea. So this is going to be where the new Crossrail station, the Crossrail, well, yeah, it is a Crossrail, Great Western Main Line and HS2 Super Hub station. So the HS2 station is going to be an underground station here. Good. So yeah, it's going to be, the run into Euston's going to be a little bit short, but I think that's, yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way it is, right. It's a little bit of flattening, don't need to do too much work around it. I'll deal with all this off camera at some stage, but I just want to make sure everything's in the right place, and like especially with Old Oak Common, I don't want to have to come in and redo tracks and things later on in the game, because by the time we start building HS2, you know, the network is going to be quite extensive and we're going to have done a lot of work. So that's in there like so. It's all a little bit tight round here, but it is what it is. And then we're going to come down to about here. Don't want to be going into the beach or into the layer where it's water. It's not where we want to be. And then get rid of some of this. I'm just kind of guessing at this stage. Is there another? I think there are other stations before Shepherd's Bush, but I'm going to build Shepherd's Bush around possibly here. Maybe a little bit further north than it is in real life, but I will take that. Now the next thing is the actual station itself. It is sunken, so I think I might try and replicate that. So buildings, well, just 160 meters, that should be fine, and then it's going to be underground, which does mean we're going to go into the water territory, unfortunately. But can I get them now? It'll be fine, I'm sure it will. Just means we can't do any smoothing or anything in this area. Right, so we'll get rid of that, and then tracks, are they? Oh, I'm not sure. Hold on a second. I'm guessing the track, because the Class 377s which operate on this line are dual voltage, aren't they? So I'm guessing these lines here are going to be DC lines, aren't they? So I'll upgrade these to the 320 kilometers per hour catenary free tracks, and I think the whole of this, I'm not sure. Yeah, you see, I'm never sure, because we've got like what's supposed to be here is the big depot, isn't there, with freight and all sorts. So I'm never sure if these lines are DC and overhead or if they're just DC. I'm guessing running into Shepherd's Bush is probably just DC, isn't it? So I will I'll probably make that DC to there. But then again, we do have like freight services and things using some of these lines, so I'm never 100% sure. And I don't think Open Rail Map tells you either if it's a DC or what sort of electrification the line has. So we will go, I think for this line anyway, we'll just go with DC, and then we will go and put in some tracks so we can use special high-speed wood concrete wireless. That's what we want. And then get rid of these tracks here. So which one is it? I think it's 4th concrete wireless, that's fine. And then get rid of the platforms, because Shepherd's Bush looks like quite a modern station from looking at Google Maps. And then obviously King's Cross. Should we use King's Cross? No, I think we will use the NL ones, just for a little bit of variety, because then we could just use the King's Cross platforms to death if we're not careful. So we'll go with that for now, and then I think we will use some of the King's Cross segments, or will we? No. Extended overpass, platform stairs, no other way. So looks like there's a set of stairs on the end, and then a little bit, if I got an invisible platform maybe, and then a little bit like that, possibly. How did I do it over here? Let's just see. So on wherever we are, Harrow and Wealdstone, it was Watford High Street. Basically we've got like a road overbridge, and then the sets of steps goes up to this road overbridge, but I couldn't recreate that, so I've just had to put a bit of step over towards this little bit of road here to try and recreate it a little bit. It's not super accurate, but it's as close as I could get it. So I think we're gonna have to try and do something like that. So if I bring a road in, is that gonna put a tendril? There is a configure. Obviously there must be one of them which is like an entrance support entrance bridge. That's the one. That's exactly what we need. And then a little bit of road like so. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I will have to do a lot of work around here. And then the only issue is if I go to configure this, I wanted to use King's Cross passenger overpass because it looks like there's a modern overbridge, but no, what it's got to do is default to the King's Cross. You can see there it's going to King's Cross segments. Or is it? Is it? Let's put it in. Yeah, it is defaulted to the King's Cross. But I think if I use... So if I try and use a King's Cross platform segment, the new one, like so, and then if I go to the extended overpasses, does that default it? Then that defaults to that, then that's frustrating. Yeah, we're just going to have to go with the extended overpasses, I think, for this. So platforms, we'll go with the NL, and then I think we'll have another extended overpass here with the, I'm just going to fake platform, and then entrance bridge, like so. Good, right, and then what we can do actually is get rid of that, a road. Can I? Don't think I can put another, no, I can't do anything now, can I? So we'll put a road alongside here. Does that look alright? Yeah, there's no stupid gap, and then there's a massive, it almost looks like a motorway. I'm not sure which road it is actually, but I'm just going to put in, I think, maybe just a like a country road, dual carriageway alongside, just so it's hemmed in a little bit, just kind of replicates what it's like in real life. It is like, well, actually, having said that, I think what I'm going to have to do is wireless tracks on the flat, not in a tunnel, on the flat, in an, embankment cutting, that's the one. And then we need to build some sort of wacky roundabout thing. So one way, no, so we want, can we get that over there, concrete? Yes, I'm just going to build like a basic square roundabout. It wants to be on the flat, and then another one. Actually, no, having said that, let's scrap that, because it is almost more like a tunnel than it is a bridge. So we'll go with into a tunnel. Should we? Just only problem with tunnels is obviously it gives you a tunnel portal, which isn't super accurate. I think I will go with the cut-in actually on the flat, and then we'll have a little bit of this bridge thing over the top. It just, because the bridge, well, the roundabout looks like it's filled in, so we can't obviously replicate that. It wants to be on the flat. No, not quite that flat. Right, road, dual carriageway, flat. Good. Right, so maybe if we try and work off this, so if we go off, not possible. Right, so if I take this height, then that'll make things a little bit easier. So adopt the height of which that road is, like so, and then off here we're going to build just a road on the flat with a collision. Is that glitching through? So the only problem with these bridges, those concrete pillars have a tendency to glitch through, which is a little bit annoying. So we'll put that in there. Another little bit of road on the flat, please. Yeah, this roundabout's going to be a little bit exaggerated, and it looks a little bit weird. Can I do that better? Probably is the answer to that. So on the flat, and then I think if I just put a road in again on the flat from there, then another, I think I'll do the same on this side on the flat, please, and then just straight across there ish, and then get rid of these bits. Nope, that's made it awful. Right, let's try this one more time. Get rid of all this, because I'm doing... Right, so if I flatten all this terrain off, just give us a bit of a head start, just gives us a nice flat surface on which to build this. So that's all flat, and then the corner of this wants to come from here across there, like so, and then little bridge collision. Pillarless collision. Why is it colliding? What am I colliding with? Nothing. Come on, just want a little bridge. It's nothing difficult. Good. And then coming off, right, so if I just build straight like that, and then another straight road like so. I mean, this isn't going to be, let's, as we have an autosave, who would have thought this, well, it is quite complicated actually, isn't it, having a roundabout above, almost above the station and above the tracks, and it's not a roundabout, it's a square roundabout as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Just want to try and, will it let me clip the station? It will, good. So put that on there, cross a little bit more, just have a nice straight road, then across. I don't think there's any snap-on angles, is there? And then bridge pillar collision. Oh yeah, that should be, why is that same pillar? Right, I need more bridges, that's what I need. That should be like a pillarless bridge, I'm assuming, or cement bridge, I don't know. Maybe if you just go for the girder bridge for now then, possibly, that's probably going to work. Yeah, I am going to have to subscribe to some more bridges in order for some of these kind of junctions that we're attempting to be built. So we've got all that on there. If I demolish that, is that going to ruin that angle? It is. Damn. Right, what are we doing? Yeah, if we just put that in there. No, stop trying to... So yeah, that's why it's snapping. Right, upgrade that to that. put that into there, and then just leave it. And then look at that, that's gone all segmented as well for some reason. That's not even, yes, I don't know what's going on with it, to be quite honest. And then that's done that again, hasn't it? That's the only annoying thing, because obviously I'm going to have to demolish these little bits of road at some stage, but at the same time, yeah, we've got straight road on. If I just go across there, can I just use like a grey girder bridge for now? And then this road into there, it's going to give us, yeah, that's not too bad, but if I demolish that, yeah, it does that, which possibly might not be the end of the world. Let's have a look, shall we? If we try with the dual carriageway, if we come in now, it's not like if I demolish that and that and that, and then put a road in from one of these, from that one there, and then alongside there like that. That's, yeah, I'm not entirely happy with that corner, but I think it would have probably done that anyway if I tried to put that road in. And then flip these round so they're in the right direction, like so. Little bit messy, I will admit, but yeah, best of a bad situation there, as with anything. Right, good. So yeah, at least it's all connected up, and I might have to put in some retaining walls, and then we want to continue down, do we, to here, and then to another station, which will have to be Imperial Wharf. So building old, what are we, 160 are we? So that maybe, no, a bit too close. So we'll chuck that in there. I haven't actually researched this. Are you gonna snap to that for me? Good. I haven't actually researched this station, Imperial Wharf, so I think I might just do that. But we're really close to the London Annex now, which should be Shepherd's Bush. I'm not going to rebuild that. Maybe realign. Maybe if we move the Thames, possibly a little bit, because actually where I've got it, it's not accurate anyway. I think so. I think if we flatten the Thames off a little bit, because actually, if we're going to kind of go geographically accurate on this, Thames kind of comes along and then dips down actually just after Imperial Wharf near to Battersea Bridge, so it would be almost be more like that. So I think if we actually, no, yeah, it comes along and then dips away like that and then back up again. So it makes the Thames a little bit more accurate, and it makes the station a little bit further away from Shepherd's Bush as well. So I think if we go for something like that, rechannel the whole of the Thames. That's probably the easiest way around this. I'm just going to quickly do this, and then we will build the other station, or the last station on this line anyway. Okie dokie, so we've changed the Thames a little bit just to kind of get this to work. So we're going to put in a station probably a little bit close to the Thames than it is in real life, but never mind. We've all got to try and get this to fit. And am I going to be able to get up from, say, here? Let's just check first. So where's the track? The track is hidden from here up to there, which you can, that's no problem. In the cutting, that's fine. Good. Get rid of, no, we don't need to get rid of that, that's fine. Leave that as it is. Configure, get rid of the segments, because again this looks like a modern looking station. This time I think we will go with the King's Cross modules, like so. Get rid of, actually no, I did need to delete that bit of track as well. Right, get rid of you. Configure, tracks, it's fourth in the end, isn't it? Wireless, concrete, sleepered, track, King's Cross, new, and then we have like a bit of an underpass, modern underpass at the end of the platform with a little bit of a canopy, new canopy over that end, like so. And then I'm guessing, can I, King's Cross, I'm gonna have to put in some bits of track, no, we won't actually, we won't have any bits of platform on the end as I was gonna do. I'll just have steps somewhere, those new ones with the couple on the end there. And do I want some on this end? Might mean we might have to move this Thames a little bit more. Good. I mean, this map was always a blank canvas anyway for me to kind of change and add and remove towns as we build it anyway, so it's not the end of the world kind of changing the Thames a little bit in order to get it to work better with what I'm trying to achieve, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do over this side of the map anyway, really, with regards to extra services, because obviously this is primarily focused on the West Coast Main Line from Birmingham down to London, but obviously we've got all of this area to build on, so we will recreate as much railway as possible. Why are we colliding all of a sudden? You weren't colliding before, don't be colliding. Oh, there's a little bit of track, that's what it's colliding with. Right, let's try that again. So just get that in to the correct side this time, and then down to there. As with this far southwest, it would have been nice to have Clapham Junction, but I don't think that's going to happen now. So this station is going to have to be the most southern terminus for the southern service, and it is Imperial Wharf, like so. I hope southern services stop here anyway. I'm assuming they do, and then obviously we need a little bit of a switch for the services to turn back at, and a signal like so. So yeah, I'm not 100% unhappy with that. That's, I think, yeah, I will take it. And obviously I've got to do a little bit of work with possibly retaining walls around here as well. But as far as that goes, I think that's the main tracking, and yeah, we will leave it at that. But I think what I'll do is I will add another service. Let's see what this says. So basically you want to be on platform number 1. There's no turn back facility, is there? So I'm going to have to put in a little switch for now, just until we get up to Milton Keynes. We'll put a switch in here. I reckon somebody did say in the comments, I think this is definitely the up down slow on the, as we're looking south on the left. So I will take that, and then we're going to stop it here as well. You want to be the 2 on 1 and 6 on 2. That's all fine, and that all should be, what's wrong, should all be fine. What? Let's just double check that. Yeah, 2 on 1 and 6 on 2. I don't know why it's saying it's broken. That shouldn't provide any issue, although it's saying it is, and we need just to switch that around. That's nice and simple. So yeah, that's all nice and working now. Now there are 377s, aren't there, available? Obviously they weren't introduced till the 2000s, so we can't use them yet. So I think I might just for now use another set of whatever these are. Come on, why don't you tell me what are you? Don't even have a depot to have a look. Should normally when you hover over it, it tells you what it is, but it doesn't want to this time. Let's quickly build a depot. It'd be nice to have a depot in around here somewhere, wouldn't it, actually, considering we're supposed to have kind of freight handling and stuff going on around here. Maybe can I get a bit of track in, like so, and then curve it in, and then we'll just have a little bit of a fake depot here. Standard tracks, high speed tracks, concrete bumper, catenary, yes, and then we'll take a look in the depot and actually see what these trains are called. They're electric multiple units, and it's a class 421. Probably not accurate. I think these are kind of my go-to stand-in, but maybe Network Southeast. No, that'll be over the other side. We're gonna have to go with British Rail blue grey. If I put that on, if I just buy one and then put that on important, unable to find path. Yeah, it's not going to find a path from there anyway, isn't it? That was a bit to be expected. Maybe, alright, sell you, because you're just only costing money sat there. Perhaps if I build one here as well, just another little bit of track coming off, we'll just have another fake depot on there. Yeah, so we could desperately do with some peps, I think, but I don't think they're going to be released anytime soon, so we'll chuck that on. What? I don't find path. What's wrong with you? Electric tracks missing. Yeah, that might be the case actually. Let's go to wireless upgrade. No, we'll go actually with catenary. Catenary, yes, alright, is that all the issue is? And then wireless, all this is going to have to be upgraded. And actually I think I put the wrong tracks in this station, didn't I? That might be the issue as well. Resume, so we'll have to get rid of these tracks and then configure this and then put the... Did I? I don't know. I think I did, but I'll just double check. I'm pretty sure I did put the right tracks in actually, but never mind. Put that in there. So while I've got these as well, I don't know if I've subscribed to a second set of wireless tracks somehow. Probably have. So chuck that in there. Where is it stopping at? That's stopping at that platform, so we want the switch in that direction, like so, and then obviously a little bit of a signal, and then let's try that again. Let's check all electrification. So check all this. That's all electrified. Obviously that's DC, that's fine. That's all DC. That wants a bit of electrification in it. And then this swings off, comes off the up down slow, swings around and then down. And then if we check if it's this one here, that probably needs to be upgraded to there, I think, like so. And then I think I might don't know what I'm going to do with that actually. Maybe if somebody knows in the comments if some of these tracks, particularly the southern section, if this is DC or if it's overhead as well, let me know. And then put that on there. Good. So we want to change the name of this as well, don't we? So configure the line. So this is going to be southern, and it is MK28. MK to Imperial Wharf, and then a southern kind of colour, which is, it's not quite, it's like a very light purple, is it, or a light blue colour, something like that. Why are you? Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll chuck some more trains on that, do a little bit of work off camera, and then I think we might have another journey, or cab ride rather, from Watford, this time down the up-down fasts, coming off here down towards Imperial Wharf. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today, leave you with a cab ride, and say until next time, bye bye.